So I guess I am live, it says.
How do I see it?
You click on the deal on the channel. I'm not expecting a whole lot of people to come in. So just kind of hopping on here. Going to talk about the channel. We'll wait for some more anyone if they want to do pop in. Uh-huh. Oh. So there's two people in here. So I was kind of waiting for some people to hop in and maybe we'll kind of talk about the channel.
Someone said, "Where are we going to try now?" Peterson Farms.
Oh, yeah. Not brewing my own. I definitely collect some the bourbon. How are I haven't been on YouTube in a long time, so I'm probably not gonna be really great on camera. Not to say that I was great on camera, but before, but uh, definitely it's been a while since I have been on camera. So one of the things that I was going to talk about is the way that the channel is going to go, because we are going to start doing more stuff on the channel again. It's not going to be as consistent as it was before. Well, collecting bourbon or whiskey in general. It doesn't have to be bourbon. Like some of my favorites are right there. The Still Austins. They're pretty good. So we're gonna rename the channel a little bit, but it'll still be Hendrickson Farming, and it'll be / bourbon, because I'd like to talk about some of my other hobbies other than just the farming, because it can get kind of monotonous doing the same thing continually over and over. So that will be one of the things that we do. Well, thanks for coming in. I guess you're the only one in here. Nina is one of the people in here. I think she's a moderator on the deal. You're a moderator on the channel?
Well, I don't know. I'm on the farm page right now.
Oh, well,
Should I not be?
no, you can be. Which, it's been probably almost getting close to a year since I actually made a full video. I did do a live. I went to do a bourbon hunt, and I did do a live. What's going on, Dale? There's someone with a wrench. Throw a wrench in the. If I remembered how to throw the link up, I don't really remember how to do it. I would pop it up here, but I don't remember how to do the link in StreamYard. So the Russell's 13, I linked in the name of the the channel is I got a Russell's 13. I have opened it just to get some air in it and did drink some of it. Russell's is one of my favorites. I have a whole from here over is nothing but wild turkey, which Russell's is a wild turkey product. And then from there over this way is nothing but Buffalo Trace products. I'm just one short of having the full rainbow and just the CYPB. And then Jim Beam is here. Jack Daniels, Steel Austin, Henry McKenna, Sagamore, James E. Pepper, Old Fitz, and then the Evan Williams that people been going crazy about. Evan Williams, it's all over Oklahoma, which is kind of odd to me, but that we have it and no one else does. Which our area has actually got a considerable amount of bourbon. There's quite a few people that have it. And then over there, I got a Starlight cigar batch blend the other day. It's different. Oh, and then you have right there. There's a Stag Junior, Eagle Rare 12. That's another one that's everybody's having a hard time getting in Oklahoma. Which a friend of mine, to be fair, got it in Colorado and brought it back to me. So there's that. I wonder if I just do this.
Dale said he couldn't tell you in a minute.
Control C. I think that's how you add the link to Steam. Yeah, it is. Look at that. I figured it out, Dale. But yeah, so wild turkey is definitely my favorite. And then, so those are the E.H. Taylors that are there. So I have the single barrel, straight rye, and the small batch. I had the opportunity yesterday. My wife and I, we drove to Okmulgee, and they had the fourth one, the one that I'm missing other than the new ones for this year. And I do have the new Knob Creek Blenders Edition, Knob Creek. I do have that one. I got that one this year. And then yeah, the Old Fitz 7-year. I got that one. And the Wild Turkey 8-year. I have a Wild Turkey 8-year as well. And then, yeah. But that's one of the things that we're going to be doing is talking about a little bit of bourbon and just sitting here hanging around, and maybe we can get some other people that have some bourbon affliction, I guess. I guess that's my wife's addiction. I think it's more of an affliction. It's a hobby I like. I don't.
Tell them when you started this hobby.
Oh, so
Late November.
So in late November is when I started collecting, and I ended up with all of this. And I've made some lamps out of the bottles, out of a Knob Creek bottle, and then I'm gonna a Russell's 10. I don't have a Russell's 10, but I will be getting another Russell's 10. I do. Russell's 10 is just, it's a good one to make. So right down here, I have like a little cocktail stand. The wall is under construction, just so everybody is aware. I'm pretty sure you can see this back here. We just put that wall up. Our living room was 34 foot long, and I didn't split it directly in half, but I made it a little smaller to give us a 4-bedroom instead of a 3-bedroom. That's okay, Dale. When I'll be on here for a while. Like I said, I just haven't done a live in a while, so I thought I would hop on here, and I'll I I don't know exactly how long. I'll just kind of play it by ear. So Nina has some bush apple over there. I can't stand it. I don't know why you would do bush apple, but
Like bread? Not bread.
no, no. So, no. So one of the reasons why we haven't been doing lives or any really big content lately is, so I did take a new job about 8 months ago. Right about the time that I started, I did make a video. I made a video, and then I took a new job, and it is kind of demanding. I say kind of demanding. I work a lot more than I had.
You thought maybe you needed to have a new room.
No, oh, that's funny. That's not why. We split. So the girls were sharing a room, and we gave Ava her own room, and we actually were working on the other side of it just a little bit ago. That's what I got, some joint compound on my arm. That's what it's from.
The baby machine is closed.
What?
The baby machine is closed.
Oh yeah, Nina says the baby machine is closed. I would have liked to have more kids. Nina did not. So I got outvoted, which is fine. It is what it is. Landon graduated high school. That's a I don't know if that's a great thing. He got a job. He starts on the 22nd. I will be the week of the 22nd. I won't be able to do a whole lot with Landon if he needs anything, because I'll have a bunch of Belgians in Stillwater that I will be working with that week. So there is that. Nina got a new car. We got a 2026 Trailblazer. It is a 1.3 turbo, and I did not think I was going to be impressed by that thing, but so yesterday we drove for 4 hours pretty much, because we went to Tulsa, and then we went south of Tulsa, and then we just kind of came back the back way, the scenic route down old Route 66. And it ended up getting 36 miles to the gallon that whole trip. When she is in town, it drops down to like 34, but it gets really good gas mileage. And man, it's a peppy little thing. Yeah, we've had 3 calves this spring so far, 2 heifers and a little bull calf. Nina, I think, made a short of the. Did you make a short of us giving them tags? And
I think I posted on TikTok. I don't think I did.
Oh well, she may have not made it.
Oh yeah, tell them our idea about the swing set.
Oh yeah. So Nina wants me to tell you. So we were sitting at the dining room table last night. We were sitting there talking to Landon, and I don't know if any of the other kids were in there, but it was Landon for sure. Landon's like, or Nina was like, well, I think we need to buy a swing set and buy a trampoline and start working on the in-ground pool. So when we have grandkids, we'll have everything, and we won't have to go buy it all, rebuy it, buy it again. Just leave it in the boxes until they get big enough for it. And Landon's like, well, that's a little jumping the gun a little bit, a little premature. And I kind of chimed in, and I was like, well, it's actually money ahead because the inflation is just going to go up. In 8, 10 years, whenever it is that there are grandkids, we'll already have it. So we'll be actually. It's an investment, and our dollar would have gone farther. So it was kind of funny. Uh, yeah, it was.
You're excited about grandkids.
Yeah, because I do want grandkids. Nina is not quite on the same train as I am.
I still think it's funny that he said the white bread. What is some more that you like about your bourbon?
So Nina just asked me a question to kind of get the conversation going again. So go back to the bourbon. Nina was asking me what is something that I like about the bourbon. So I've always kind of been a whiskey person. Even when I was younger, I didn't drink a whole lot of beer. Um, I mean, I did, but I didn't drink. I couldn't afford, top shelf bourbon or even bottom shelf bourbon. Uh, but I just really enjoy bourbon, and I think like I don't do it every night. Nina's gonna sit over there and smirk and say that I do because for 18 years pretty much I really haven't drank a whole lot because with the kids I just don't drink a whole lot. But I'll get Glencairn or something, and I'll have two drinks, three drinks. I don't drink a whole lot. And being carnivore, I will tell you, not eating any carbs, it hits you fast. It's not like when I was in Canada, I just got back from Canada, um, and up there I ate bread and stuff because it was a work trip, so we'd have to go out and eat dinner with the people that I was working with up there. So I just ate normal, which is fine. It doesn't really affect you a whole lot as long as you don't do it frequently. But the amount that you can drink with carbs or without carbs uh, is a lot different. Like when I came back, I could probably do 5 or 6 of them and not be that bad. But being straight carnivore, it's like 2 of them, and it's like I probably need to do something different. Uh, Bird Dog Blackberry Whiskey. So I've seen the Bird Dog. I
You haven't tried it.
I haven't. I did have a sample of it whenever. Huh?
Yeah, look at the camera.
You were talking to me, so I looked over at you. Uh, I I, I did have a sample of the Bird Dog, but it wasn't the blackberry. I don't think. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a private barrel that they had. I can't remember. So the stores here, the liquor stores here in town, they do a lot of barrel picks, um, and they had a barrel pick, and I don't know if it was a barrel pick or they were just introducing it to the market. And when they introduce it to the market, they do try it. It's like that new lasso. I got to try quite a few of the lassos whenever the lassos came to the market here in Stillwater. For some reason, my phone decided to make some noise. I'm going to turn it completely down. Uh, it was the lassos. The one that I liked is the Ambarana finish one, and then they had the 18-year lasso. The 18-year lasso was really good, except it was just it was really light. It was. It reminded me more of an American whiskey, not a bourbon, but it was pretty good. And then I do like the Jack Daniels quite a bit. But like someone asked me the other day to pick a bourbon or a whiskey that I like the most, and man, it just depends on the day. One day I'll break out the Stag, and I really enjoyed it. Like I had a little bit of it the other day, and I really enjoy Stag. I actually have an empty bottle of Stag right over there, and Nina likes the Eagle Rare 10-year. We finished that bottle, or she finished that bottle, which has been open for 6 months or so.
I like the Blantons. I love the Blantons too.
Oh, the Blantons. So I only have a Blanton's Gold though. I don't have the regular Blantons, and the Blanton's Gold's a 93 proof. Nina likes that one. She doesn't like the ones that drink really hot, but for some reason she likes the Stag, and that to me that Stag drinks kind of hot. So it depends on the Jack. So I have the Heritage bottle of Jack, and then I have the Barrel Proof, which is 135. The Gold Label, I like the Gold Labels. I like a little bit more proofy. And then I have the Single Barrel Rye Gold Label, which is like 128. It's really good. I really would like to get the Knob Creek Cask Strength, the new one that's coming out this year, but I haven't seen it. And the ladies, or the people, not just the lady, that has that liquor store has not said that they've even heard of it. I do like the Weller 107. And the Weller 12-year. It's okay. I don't think it's as good as the Knob Creek 12-year. The Knob Creek 12-year is probably is that my third bottle or second bottle of that? The Knob Creek 12-year. Probably my third bottle of that.
Well, we sold one and you have one, don't you?
Yeah. Second bottle for sure. Because I was going to buy another one, so I had a backup because they are in town, and then in Tulsa, I seen them in Tulsa. I have the Havana and the Penelope's over there too. So the Havana, Valencia, and then the toasted. I have those Penelope's over there. There's that Lux Rose hiding back there, and Mickers Rise hiding back there.
You have that Colonial or whatever it is too.
Oh, Colonial 13. Yeah, that's back there too, behind the Evan Williams. That new Evan Williams. I'll grab it. The Evan Williams 250 anniversary bottle. It's 117 proof. It's pretty good. I really like the Evan Williams 6-year bottle. I thought it was pretty good for what it was. I wish it was a little bit more proofy. It's only like 86 proof. And then they came out with this one this year, and I hope they keep doing this. Maybe not call it the 250. Just keep the proof kind of where it's at, because it's really the barrel impact from it, just all the spices and stuff from the barrel is really nice. I have a whole box of Weller single barrel over there. I don't know if you can see that. I have a single one up here, but then a whole box over there. We're not gonna. Yeah. So I guess how long have we been on here? 25 minutes now. I guess we'll pour us up a little bit of this Evan Williams, or not Evan Williams. Of Russell's 13. So I was down in McAllister, and they have, I don't know if you can see it really good or not, but they have this Okie liquor store down in McAllister. They're pretty new. If you're down in that area anytime, they sell the Glencairns down there. They're just opening up and they're getting into bourbon. I didn't get this there. I got it down in McAllister though, which had a lot of bourbon. Well, yeah. So this is like a once in a lifetime bottle. If any of you guys don't know, Russell's 13 is extremely hard to find, and I got really fortunate. I walked into, I can't remember the name of the store, but I walked into it and I looked over and it's the first thing I seen, and I grabbed it and I bought it. Nina was not real happy with me because Russell's 13 is an expensive bottle already. But I was able to get it.
What's the Jack Fire?
Huh?
What's Jack Fire?
So Jack Daniel's Fire is the one with cinnamon. It's kind of like the Sazerac one you have to sell in order to be able to get these.
What's the one that I like? That black
Oh, the single barrel. I don't have it anymore. I forgot about that. We did have a barrel pick, but there was a barrel pick in Stillwater. Nina really liked that one. It's pretty good. It's just it wasn't really proofy. It was really mild, really good bottle. I'm gonna let that set for just a little bit longer, get a little bit more oxygen to it. So I know Dale's here. Who else is here other than, I don't know if the Peterson farm of Nashville is still here or not. Can't remember it. It's been so long I can't remember everybody's name. I know Dale obviously, because him and Dale and I have actually met in person up in Kansas. We went up there to a little creator meetup in Kansas, up in Kansas, where Dale lives at. There's a few people up there. And being Saturday, I know everybody's got stuff to do, which is, huh? Oh, Sunday. My bad. It feels like Saturday because I had to work yesterday. So Nina also likes the Weller Special Reserve. So last night, or not, whenever it was, I think it was last night, I did open that Old Fitz 7-year, and I compared it to, because other people compare it to the Weller Special Reserve, and I don't think it's a fair comparison. Maybe it's because it was a fresh open bottle, so it didn't have air quite yet, and the proof point is a little different than the Weller Special Reserve. Oklahoma right now is definitely Weller heavy, which I think a lot of states are. Colorado from what I see online, is pretty heavy on with the Weller products. Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, and that's where I was going with it. Nina did not like the old Fit 7-year right up here behind me. She thought it was it left a burn,
It was bitter.
and she said it was bitter, but I think that's because it was a fresh open bottle. So that it's a wheated bourbon. To me, they have when you first open them up, they'll have a little bit of an astringent taste in the first neck part of the bottle. Just personally, the only ones that, yeah, the 107 did it the first time I tried the 107. It was a little astringent to me as well. I have 2 bottles of the 107. There's another bottle behind that one. I need to get like a little shelf I put right here, like what I'm trying. Ooh, that works.
Tell them about your Facebook page.
Oh, so we are going to start a Facebook page, and it's just mainly going to be, huh?
It's on there.
Oh, the Payne County Bourbon Club on Facebook. I already started it. I don't know what I was talking about a minute ago, but I'm going to start doing lives on the Payne County Bourbon Club, and I guess I'll link them to from the Facebook. So I would like everybody to check that out. I started it about 2 months ago. Longer than that, apparently. Time is irrelevant to me, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, we'll start doing. And I don't know that I'll necessarily post a whole lot of videos. I might just do lives on about the bourbon and try to make some videos for the farm channel, because I got to start building some corrals. I'm going to start. I got some of the endless panels, and I got to get them set up to make it a little easier to work cattle, because doing the cattle by yourself, if you don't have a set of pins, is a pain in the ass. Luckily, my cows are pretty gentle. We did have one, her name was Crazy Train. We took her butt to the sale barn 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and got rid of her. She'd foam at the mouth if you got close enough to her. She'd just start just foaming at the mouth, just losing her ever-loving mind if you got close to her. So that's one of the reasons why we want to start doing getting the corral set up. So I need to break the old camera out and record some building of the corrals and working the cows. I think we're going to freeze brand them. We do have a brand. Maybe you want to grab that and hand it to me? It's the logo on our channel, actually. But I do have a freeze brand made. So you can get freeze brands made out of brass, or you can get them, I think it's brass or stainless steel, and ours is made out of stainless steel. That's what our brand looks like. You just dip it in liquid nitrogen, shave the spot off, clean it with isopropyl alcohol, same way as branding a horse, and you hold it on there depending on the color of the animal a little bit longer, and it's not as invasive as doing a hot brand. I've hot branded my fair share of cattle, and probably most people's fair share of cattle when I worked for that ranch up here. We branded everything hot brand. Once you hot brand something, you'll never get that smell out of your nose. But so the bull, the little bull calf or bull that we kept, he is actually in with all of the cows that had calves, and I think there's one other new heifer in there. So I think there's I don't remember. There's like 10 total out there. So it is the Russell's 13. It is definitely, it's barrel proof. It's 123.8. I was reading the bottle to you. So non-chilled filtered. Obviously, non-chilled filter has to be a bourbon. But what's up, Eddie? But that's the only complaint that I ever had with Russell's 10 is it wasn't quite proofy enough, but the old Russell's 13 is definitely there. It's that one, about 107 to 125 is like the sweet spot. I do like a little proofy or some things like the Jack Daniels. They're really good, but they're chilled. They're charcoal filtered, so they are a little smoother when you do charcoal filter them. Eddie, I'm doing pretty good. We're talking about the channel, and going to start doing more lives on here and on the Facebook. On the Facebook. I don't know if you heard Nina cracking another one of them bush apples over there. But yeah. And then we're trying the old Russell's 13. That's what I did as soon as you came in, actually. Yeah. But we're gonna start doing more. It's just gonna be lives because I don't have necessarily a whole lot of time to do a whole lot of videos. Laugh out loud. Hopefully, man, I do not know how anyone drinks those bush apples. The one apple one that I did like, which I haven't really drank beer since I started having gout and flare up issues. What? Yeah, years and years ago. But it was the Samuel Adams. They had the apple one, and it was pretty good. But I haven't the bush apple. I tried to sip of it the other day, and I didn't really care for it too much. And someone gave me an Angry Orchard. I think I was doing some welding for a guy, putting a pipe fence in, and I didn't really care for it either. Nina's been posting a lot of stuff on TikTok. If you guys follow the TikTok page, she's always doing something on there. I keep trying to tell her to post some stuff on the YouTube page, but it can become time consuming. Oh, works for Budweiser. Well, that makes it easier to get the apple, I reckon. Yeah, Anheuser-Busch.
You have Budweiser, you have Bud Light.
Yeah, you used to have Bud Dry, Bush. It's
I
even
didn't know.
it even says on it that it's an Anheuser-Busch product. Yes, it does. It says it's where it's made at, babe. And it's an Anheuser-Busch product or Anheuser.
Like, I would.
Well, no, you probably wouldn't have. Um, yeah. So, what else can we talk about? So, is it hard to get the Knob Creek 12 year Dale? Because Dale's up. I think he's listening. He's up there a little ways. Is it hard to get the Knob Creek 12 year? We're in Kansas, or Eddie, you might know down in Texas. Texas seems to have a lot more stuff. Like I do like the Still Austin. I would like to go to the Still Austin because you can get the Still Austin has special releases at the distillery, like the Tanager. I would like to go down there and get the Tanager at Still Austin. That would be awesome whenever they do that because it is really hard to find. Yes, Eddie, I am. It's sweat and drink. That's all you can do in Texas. Literally sweat and drink.
What part of Texas is he at?
I can't remember the name of the town. Uh, I would like to actually. So I don't know if anyone pays attention, but in the Fifth Circuit Court, they're trying to make it where you can already brew beer at home. You can make wines or meads at home, and now they're trying to make it where it's not illegal as long as you do it the correct way, but you'll be able to distill spirits at home. It hasn't completely passed, so don't do it unless you know the laws in your area. And if they ever do pass it, I will.
It'll be her new hobby.
And Nina's like, it'll be my new hobby. I'm not going to do like drastic amounts or anything like that, but I'd like to, test some things out. I did get on a rye kick for a little bit. The Still Austin cast strength rye is probably, I don't know if it's my favorite rye, but it's definitely up there. And then you have the Jack Daniels rye. Gold label is really phenomenal as well. And then you can't go wrong with like Mickers rye. I can't ever say the damn thing. Huh? Mickers. Mickers rye. The old Mickers rye is really good too. If you can't tell, it's almost empty. I need to get a new bottle. I can't say that too loud. Then Nina starts getting mad at me when I say I need to get another new bottle. I can't say a whole lot. She lets me buy it. So
I don't know if the kids are doing. Landon graduated. They still run barrels.
yeah, I said Landon graduated earlier, but I'll re-say it. So Landon graduated high school this year. Ava's still running barrels. Emma is not doing horses, but she's talking about getting back into them. I think is what Nina was saying. I think maybe not. Maybe I misheard, or someone changed their mind again. Who knows? Uh, Nina is still doing a lot of the So she got mad at me earlier because we were mudding and taping on the other side of this wall. This one we haven't finished quite yet. That's why you still see the drywall not being done over here. But she says that she was planning on doing it, and then I kind of took over the mud and taping. But I think she starts projects, or she wants to start the projects, so that I will do them. And then I was dropping the joint compound from doing the mud and taping. It was falling and it was getting on the floor, and she's getting mad at me because I was getting it all over the floor. It happens. So I think there is going to be another big bourbon drop here in town. There was one this Saturday actually, but I didn't want to go to it, and it was in the city because I had to get up and work at 5 the next morning. There's going to be another one in August. I went to it last time, and the cop showed up. I think I did a short little live, and while I was sitting there waiting. But there will be another. There's another. That same store is doing it again, and they have. So I messed up. They had the Jack Daniel's special. They have the special bottles that come out, and they had one, and I did not get it, being a moron, because I was the first one in line. I don't. I got something else, but they had that one, and I should have got that one. But I watched some reviews, and the regular rye actually beat it in the contest. Well, not the regular, but the gold label Jack Daniel's rye beat it in a contest. So, but I have been able to get quite a few allocated bottles. It does help. Nina does have a friend that owns a liquor store, and I don't think I paid over MSRP, but on a couple things, I just got the foolproof Weller and the single barrel Weller the other day, and I mean it was a little bit over MSRP, but I think like one was $60 and one was $80, and so $20 pretty much over MSRP on those. Whenever they're selling them for, I seen them online for $300 to $500 a piece, depending on which one you wanted. So I think I had $140 or $150 with tax and everything with those bottles out the door. So it'd been about 140-ish total. So it was pretty good deal. And then like the Antique 107, I got that at the same place, and I don't remember what I gave for that one. I think I gave $70 for it. So I do do only drams. Well, it's where I collect my bourbon at on my Facebook, or not on my Facebook, but on an app. What's up, Jerry? So I do have. It's called Only Drams, but the first time it came up on the my email, and Nina looked at it and she thought it said OnlyFans. I thought she was going to strangle me, and then I was like, no, that's where my bourbon is collected at, is on the Only Drams, and so I can see what bottles I have. I have been drinking, Mitchell. Oh, have you? Have you had some Russell's 13? Nina's over there with the old Busch Light apple, and Gunny's over there kicking his food bowl around. I also have sitting here beside me the Evan Williams.
I'm not feeling any pain right now.
Oh. I also have the Evan Williams 250th anniversary for the country. Their bottle out. I have it sitting here beside me.
What's he drinking?
What are you drinking, Jerry? So what I just took a drink of was the. Oh, I am too. Being carnivore, drinking does not. You cannot drink very much. So I'll have this one and maybe one more, and then that'll be it for the day. Especially on camera. But that's really about all I'll drink, because being carnivore and not having the carbs to kind of soak it up, boy, it'll hit you quick. Margaritas. I do have a bottle of in Wejo, whatever it is, the one that they age in the barrel tequila back there. I don't have it. Nina has it. I don't like the agave. And then Nina does or had a bottle of Grey Goose vodka. We were drinking Rika. Is it Rika? Rika. Not we. I guess we were. We had it. Rika vodka. It's really good. Icelandic vodka. Sorry, Icelandic. What, the Russell's 13 pack of punch?
No, the margarita.
Oh, the margarita. Yeah, I like pina coladas. They're a little sweet though, but when we had the pool set up, Nina would make those pina coladas, and man, they just go down so good, but they mess you up in the end. So, what is your favorite drink? Margaritas. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Staying away from sugar for sure, Jerry. That's why I just drink the bourbon or whiskey neat. I don't. Every once in a while, I'll make an old fashioned. I do have everything here to make old fashioned. Actually, in one of my steins, well, you can't see it right there. One of the steins over here has sugar cubes in it, and then I have the simple syrups down here on my. I have a little cocktail bar right down here that has I have like the little ginger beer, like the little sodas that you do mixed drinks with. I have the stuff for like the bitters and everything, and then I have cups down there, and then I have a bar mat, and just a bunch of random stuff for having back there. Well, yeah. Not having a drink for 4 months and then having one will definitely do it. Whenever I started getting back into the bourbon or whiskey or bourbon, whatever you want to. Now, if you have a lot of bourbon people in here, not all whiskey is bourbon and not all of it is created equal. But I'll just say whiskey as a broad statement because it all is whiskey. Whenever I started getting back into it, man, it burnt going down. It didn't matter if it was what it was. It would burn going down. Now it's not too bad at all. I, and Nina couldn't hardly stand the bourbon whenever we started buying it and getting a collection going. And now she can drink bourbon, I think, better than most people can. It still burns like that Old Fitz 7-year that I bought yesterday. She had a little bit. We did a little sample of it last night, just to kind of open the bottle up, get some air into it. But it kind of hit. It's only 100 proof, but you can get some of the whiskeys that are 100 proof that hit pretty hard. Like I think the Knob Creek 12-year for being 100 proof, it doesn't drink 100 proof. It drinks a little higher than that. It's good. I like it for.
It was just too ethanol at first. Now I can't taste it or smell it.
Yeah, she said it was too ethanol-y at first. She couldn't taste it or smell it, and now she doesn't get the ethanol burn. Like when you're smelling it, like I just smell the fruity. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all of the smelling notes because I still. Now, if you ask me in a private conversation what I smelled whenever I smelled a Glencairn and bourbon, like I would tell you, but I'm not a sommelier of bourbon or whiskey, so I can't sit here and tell you everything. I can just tell you what I smell, and like these guys I see on YouTube and the shorts and stuff, they're sitting here and they're telling you like Laffy Taffy or whatever the hell their baking spice that they're smelling like oak. I'll tell you that much. I'm not going to get into the depth of it because maybe I'm not that diehard of it. Like those guys are, maybe they've been doing it for a long time. Maybe they can really smell everything they're saying that they're smelling. Maybe it comes with time. I just don't have it. I can tell you what I smell, and that's about it. But I have, just like with any hobby, with just about any person, you do your research and you can get different things from different bottles. Like Nina says, a lot of the bourbon, she gets a really nutty smell, and it's just coming from the oakiness of the barrel, because I like that a little bit higher age stated bourbon, and even like the whiskeys that are a little older, I like them a little bit better. I like that the oaky taste. Some people say it's like an astringent taste. What dog is barking?
It's Milo.
No, that's not Milo.
I gotta let them out. I'm gonna let them out real quick. Then they're loud.
Are you just gonna let him outside?
Yeah.
But the old Russell's 13. It's like I have another Russell's up here that I got. Whoa! Another Russell's private barrel, and it is I got it in McAllister actually. It's an 8-year-old bottle, and it's the Rickhouse CN, which is like the same one that they did the special Rickhouses that they come out with their green label instead of having white or blue or red, and it's really good. But the Wild Turkeys also have the same, because they come from the same place essentially, or the same mash bills. Um, so the Russells are Wild Turkey. The special bottles like these or this one here. This is another single barrel, but the gold label Wild Turkey single barrels, like this is a Tanyard Hill, and it just like the special Russell's Rick Houses that come out. I really like, for being able to find the special Russell's Rick Houses that come out versus how much does it take? How much does what take? But anyway, so the special, I like these as much as these. Do you? So those bottles that I had, Eddie, are the same as the rare breed essentially, except the rare breed is 116 proof, and those ones are I think they're like barrel strength. Oh, well, the rye one is 101, and this one is 101. But they are really good. They drink really well. I like the rye, and I like their bourbon. It's really good. And one of the hard ones to find. I know you see this looks like a regular Wild Turkey bottle, but the 8-year stated Wild Turkey is really good. And then I have the regular 8-year or the regular Wild Turkey. I have both of them. I have this one just down here, so whenever we have people over or something and they want to make a mixed drink, they do it with that one, not my one that is extremely hard to find. I don't know of anyone that has that in Oklahoma. If you bought it here in Oklahoma, anyway, that bottle was actually gifted to me from one of the liquor store owners that I know here in town or in Stillwater. They do like a barrel swap kind of a thing, a bottle swap. So I just take in a bottle. So, if I took this bottle in because people are having a hard time getting it, because I'm out traveling or something and I run across the bottle, you take it in there, and then whoever else has another rare bottle or something, we just do swaps. So no, I don't have them arranged by expense. I have them arranged by distillery. So from here over to here is nothing but Buffalo Trace, and then where the opening is where Wild Turkey or Russell start, and then it goes all the way over to there. That's all my Wild Turkey, and then down here I have Jim Beam products, and then I have Jack Daniels. What I have left here, there's another couple down here on the bottom, and then I have Still Austin. Still Austin is one of my favorite, and then I have Penelope, Lux Row, Maker's Mark, Colonial 13 over there, and then on the bottom shelf I have like Dickel, the Double Oak, Woodford Reserve. You know, the bottom shelf is just because it's on the bottom shelf doesn't mean that it's not a good bourbon or whiskey. It's if someone's going to mix one, I would rather mix them with ones that I can readily get all the time. If they're on the top two shelves, or they're, I'm going to say a little bit more difficult to get, especially in certain areas. Like the Weller Special Reserve, it's always here in Oklahoma. Like, I don't know, everybody kept saying that if you took, like, people come to Oklahoma and they take that back with them, which is crazy to me because it's always on the shelf in Oklahoma. It's easy to get, but it's called the Rainbow. I'm missing one of the Rainbow. It's the CYPB. I don't have the CYPB Weller. I would really like to find one. They're kind of expensive if you buy them on the secondary market, and I'm not paying that much for a bottle that I'm going to open. The people that can afford to buy them that way, great. I good for you, but I'm not doing it. It's just not going to happen. And my wife would lose her mind if I came home with a bottle of Weller that's MSRP for $80, we'll say, and it really may be 65 to 80 anyway, and paid $400 for it. I'm not going to do it, especially because there are only a few bottles up here that aren't open. I open everything. Like this bottle of Russell's 13-year, I could have easily sold it on secondary for twice what I paid for it. But Russell's is my favorite. I'm not going to drink it very often. So, it may stay like this for this much in there for a long time. Like, I'll drink the other Russells I don't think they're quite as good as this one. This one, it is a very, the flavor is really, really, like, that's why I like Russell's. The flavor, it's got the kind of a fruity, oaky flavor that I really enjoy and appreciate. Where we'll say Still Austin has a different flavor that I like. To me, the Still Austins are really, really good as well. Weller Millennium 7K, yeah. So they have the Weller Millennium everywhere in almost every liquor store, all the bigger ones anyway. Here in Stillwater, we actually seen one in Tulsa this weekend too. But there's 7,500 actually. My wife, it was 7,500 yesterday. We seen that. It doesn't go with the Rainbow collection because it's one of the exceptions, I guess, to that rule. I would really like to have a William LaRue Weller and a George T. Stagg. These guys that show them on their YouTube pages, I don't know how the hell they're getting them, but they do. They get them somehow. It is what it is. So the other day, not the other day, here a while back, my wife and I were cruising around. It was actually Valentine's weekend because I took my wife to a place down in Shawnee, and we were cruising around. We went to the liquor stores and stuff while we were down there. And the guy he told me he had just sold a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle for MSRP, which is great for the guy that got it. Awesome. He was actually a doctor down there. So he told me the whole story. And then we go to a store. It's like 45 minutes from our house. And they had a bottle of Pappy 15 setting up on the shelf for $800. I would have loved to have that bottle to put up on my shelf. But and the guy said he sold the exact same bottle. And I think he said it was like $170 is what he ended up selling it for at MSRP, which I think that's actually high. I thought it was like $125, but he probably did a markup, I'm not going to. The store's got to make their money too. That's how they're going to stay open. Some markup, but when you go to secondary prices at the store, I think there should be some sort of rule. You shouldn't be able to 100x the bottle that you're selling. Granted, if you're getting it, it's supply and demand. That capitalism at its finest. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm just not going to pay that much for a bottle that I'm going to open up and, at least try it. Like, I did get this bottle of Starlight, which is, it's an allocated bottle here in Oklahoma. It's a cigar batch. I bought it. I paid $50 for it. I wish I could have tried it first. I'm sure maybe I'll like it a little bit more in the future. I've had a couple bottles where I didn't like it first, and then I went back to them after I opened them, got out of the neck of the bottle, and got where they got some air, and I did like them. But yeah. I just don't know if I'm a huge fan of this particular Starlight. I know a lot of people rave about how great Starlight is. I hope that the next bottle of Starlight I get is better than this one. And if everybody liked the same thing, we wouldn't have all these different distilleries. So somebody clearly likes it. I'm not saying it's just not my flavor profile, I guess, is what I'm getting at. One that I do like, this should actually be up here in this section, but James E. Pepper, it's really good. It's got a really fancy decanter too. Really nice bottle. One thing so I talked about this adding this wall. So we did actually, we used to do the lives from, there was the couch, the wall directly behind it was against the kitchen. We actually put a bar top in, and we have one bar stool here, but so you can sit here and eat breakfast in the morning. That's one of the things that we did do that as well. And we re-drywalled the other side of the wall in the kitchen. And we're going to be getting new counters. And Nina actually, instead of wants to do cabinets in the kitchen, she had talked about doing the shelves for like the plates and everything on the walls in the kitchen. And I didn't know that I'd like it, but then I did these shelves where I didn't build the brackets. I actually bought them on Amazon. So you don't have, bracketry hanging down and looking all messy. It looks really clean with the way that it is right there. So I didn't know that I would like it, but I do like it now that I see it here and I can see it in the kitchen, what it would look like. And then it's a butcher block counter, or it's actually a butcher block island top, and I turned it into a bar top, and it looks really nice. I would show you, but then I'd have to move the camera around and everything would shake around it. I can do that. I did post the link if anyone does want to pop up. It says there's 4 people in here. I don't know who all is. I don't know if Jerry's still here, and I know Eddie is. Eddie had a live last night, and I popped on there, and he was counting how many people were on his little spinning wheel, and so he didn't mess up. To be fair, it was everybody else kept telling him he was wrong, and I was like, "Oh, look, Eddie can count." I said, what did I can't remember exactly what I put. I was like, oh, look, Eddie can count. See, Jerry, I told you. Or not Jerry, but Gary. And then everybody, everybody didn't see it because everybody was arguing about the whole spinning wheel thing. But it's pretty funny. I got a good kick out of it. Uh, I like giving Eddie a hard time when I go over to his lives. Um, and so I did StreamYard because I haven't been on YouTube in a long time. And in order to get to do the other streaming platforms like the one that Eddie was talking about, I can't remember the name of it. It was on up in the corner, like how it says StreamYard here. I didn't, you have to have it for 24 hours to activate it. Yeah, there you go. Eddie said the name of it there. If anyone's curious, which I think everybody in here was at Eddie's live last night, except Nina. So if you see someone posting something in the chat that says Hendrickson Family Farm, it's probably my wife. She's outside with the dogs, walking around right now. So Eddie, I don't know if you heard me earlier when I was talking about. So we're gonna change the name of the channel to Hendrickson Farm and Bourbon, and then we're gonna do lives on here and try to do lives on Facebook at the same time. I really enjoyed YouTube. Hanging out with you guys. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It can get kind of time consuming, and I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of stepped away for as long as I did. And other than work, obviously, I mean, Eddie knows I talk to him on the phone, not regularly, but whenever I started having to work a lot, my work is really demanding, especially since I took that new job and it was a promotion at the same time. But I did finally got enough guys hired because I was extremely short staffed at the new place because the previous person didn't hire accordingly, I guess would be the best way to put it. And I don't know who's to blame, so I'm not going to say it was just the one person. But now I got enough guys hired. Now I'm just getting them trained up. And so I should start having a little bit more free time being the boss. I should start having a little bit more free time. I do have a bunch of projects coming up. Joe Unfiltered, man, what's up? I'll put the link up if anyone wants to hop up. Having a little Russell 13, maybe get a little bit of Evan Williams 250 or something else up here. I don't know. So I've been watching Joe Unfiltered. If you guys haven't checked Joe Unfiltered out, Eddie or Dale or any of you guys that are up here, Joe Unfiltered. I wish he would go live a little bit more often. I like getting on there and chatting with everybody in the live, and like I do with everybody else's live. I try to hop on when I see it, especially when I have time. As long as it's later in the evening, that's the trick. I got to be able to have time. It can be I think 2 days this week I worked like 15 and a half hours. It was one day I worked 17 hours. The other one was 15 and a half. So yeah, it's good to see you in here, Joe. I appreciate you stopping in. I didn't know how many people would even pop in on a Sunday evening live. Actually, to be honest with you, I thought it was Saturday. My wife just corrected me a minute ago and said it was, in fact, Sunday, which means I have to get up again in the morning. Yeah, especially with having 3 kids, schedule with 3 kids. And now that Landon's graduated, my oldest son, Joe, I don't know if you know that, but having my oldest son graduated this year, So he played sports. So we were always going, especially being a senior year. I mean, I don't know if we had a free weekday other than Wednesday that we weren't going somewhere. That because being in a small school in Oklahoma, I mean, you got to travel an hour just to go to watch a game, and with they would always play all of these schools. That's what how I ended up with the Russell's 13 bottle. Is down in McAllister, which is 3.5 hours from the house. My wife and I just got a hotel and we went bourbon hunting while we were down there in between games. It was a tournament, so we stayed down there 3 nights. Did we stay 3 nights, babe? 2 nights and 3 days. Um, and we got to do a little bourbon hunting. So I ended up with this Russell's 13 and a Russell's private barrel. I actually had the private barrel while I was down there. It's pretty good. That's why we have bourbon. I know that's what I'm saying. I wish. So I seen your last little bourbon hunt that you did, and then Bruzel put a bourbon hunt out on YouTube the other night. That was like showing all the stuff that was around the Denver area. And then you had the one right before he did in the in Denver, and man, we went bourbon hunting yesterday in Tulsa, and we seen some stuff. I'm not gonna say we seen some. We didn't see anything great. Like I can get this stuff in Stillwater pretty regularly. Not this. This is the first time I've ever seen one of these in person. The Russell's 13. I'd like to get more of those. And the 15. Oh, that'd have been cool to run into Bruzel while you were actually bourbon hunting and he was bourbon hunting. That'd have been pretty cool because he was trying to figure out how to get where he was going to put the stuff in his video so we could ship it back. That'd have been pretty neat. I'm just kind of rambling. I don't have a whole lot to talk about other than, like I said, we're going to rename the channel Hendrickson Farm and Bourbon, or Hendrickson Farm / Bourbon.
Farming and bourbon.
Huh? Farming and Bourbon. Maybe that my wife just, now someone will beat me to it. But we're definitely gonna do that. And then we're building some corrals so we can freeze brand the cattle with the freeze brand. That'll be a Russell's 13 is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Joe, do you guys have the 250 Evan Williams in Colorado? I don't know if I've seen it on any of the videos. Bourbon on the farm. Oh yeah, there you go. Well, I think you need bourbon to offset the farming, because that's some horse shit every once in a while. The farming. But yeah, Joe, do you guys see very many of the Evan Williams 250 bottles up there? Oh yeah, that's right. That was right before when you went to that or it was the video right that you had right after. It was either right after or right before you went to that distillery and you did that tasting. It's hard to come by. They have it in every store in town, and
I think he's talking about the Russells.
Oh, the Russell. No, I asked him about this one.
Oh.
Every store in town, and it's 39. Was it $39 or 30? Somewhere in the $30 for 117 proof. It's not bad. I enjoyed the I enjoyed the regular Evan Williams. A lot of people don't agree with me on it, but it's not bad. But if it was at a higher proof point, it would have been phenomenal. If it would have been 105, it would have been awesome. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. Yeah, so I was actually, when I landed in Denver, I was hoping I would find more in the airport in Denver to be able to bring back. And because when I went to Canada, I had a layover in Denver, and I was there for like 7.5 hours. And so in the Denver airport, you have the trains that run people around to different parts of the airport. It was down, so we had to huff it. Like, it seemed like forever on this walking in the airport to get to the other side. And every time I'd walk by, I was looking everywhere to see what they had, and they didn't have anything that I couldn't get here, and it was a little bit marked up. Man, how long? I've been going an hour and 30 minutes. So that's a little. So all of our kids are out. Landon's at his girlfriend's house, and Ava and Emma, they went to town to get 7 Brew coffee, the iced coffee. They, for some reason, they like the iced coffee. We had to go pick up our youngest today, Emma. And I had Panera coffee. I like Panera coffee. The hazelnut is phenomenal. And especially if you put cinnamon in there, mix it all up. Hazelnut coffee with cinnamon is excellent. So I took her to Panera, and I got another coffee, and I got her an iced coffee, and she actually is like, it might be better than Starbucks coffee. I was like, yeah, it is. What?
You were there when that happened. Something about Denver.
Oh yeah, I don't know what was going on. I don't know why the train was down, or what do you call that? The little tram thing. I don't know what happened. They didn't say, but you had to go out of the secure area and then back into the secure area. But it says, since we were flying international, I was flying international back from Canada. They had special roped off areas so you could kind of go around and not technically leave the secure area, so you wouldn't have to go back through security to go to go back to your flight. And there were storms north of in Kansas, and there were storms south of us, south Oklahoma. So the crosswinds coming back from Denver to Tulsa, man, it was. I'm not gonna say the roughest flight I've ever been on, but there was a kid that never flown before. He was flying from Denver to Tulsa, and this kid was white knuckling the seat, the armrest the whole way. And I'm like, look, it's not that bad, but it's kind of rough. And while I was actually flying back from Denver, I scored these little bitty Buffalo Trace bottles. I had some on the plane, but the lady that was on, the stewardess, she was actually from a little town south of us. And I told her I wanted them to put up on my shelf. She ended up just giving me 2 of them, which was kind of cool. So I have 2 of these little bitty mini Buffalo Trace bottles behind a bottle of Buffalo Trace up there. I can't remember. So there was a dairy. There's a dairy in Perkins, is where she was initially from, and she was asking me because she asked where I was from in Oklahoma, and I told her, and she's like, "Oh, do you know these people?" And I was like, "Oh yeah," and then we got to talking about a bunch of people that we all knew, and I asked for a couple more of those little Buffalo Trace bottles, and she's like, "Oh, here you go, they're on me." I was like, "Oh, sweet," and then I just got them just mainly just to put up on the shelf because I never see those little, the little one shotter Buffalo Trace bottles. You see like the little Jack Daniel ones and stuff all the time, but never Buffalo Trace ones. Do you see very much CYPB in how long you had a farm? So I've grew up on a farm, but my wife and I bought this place in 2017. So we've had our own since 2017. Yeah, we used to have a lot of goats. We got rid of the goats when the market was real high. We bought them when it was real low, and got rid of them when it was high. And the goal was to get more cows. So, being a single income family, we were able to just kind of piecemeal the cows together until we ended up with, the cows that we have now. That cat. Yeah, no, I just wanted so. I mean, I'll definitely open it. Um, I open everything, but I want it to put up on my shelf. I seen a bottle of CYPB down in McAllister, but they wanted secondary prices for it, which I don't. I mean, if you can, you can. I guess. Great for you. Uh, it's awful expensive to buy secondary market. I don't know if you see that that box of Weller single barrel over here. Just to kind of rub that in a little bit. And my box of cigars is on top of it. Yeah, so we bought this place when my mom got real sick. We were gonna put what did you call that? A mother-in-law suite? Is that what it was called? Like one of the mini small houses.
Yeah,
But we didn't end up doing it because she got, you know, it bad things happened. But we didn't end up putting a mother-in-law suite on like we had initially talked about. So I could literally, no, I couldn't literally, but I'd like to think I could just sit here and drink this bottle of CYP or not sorry, CYPB Russell's 13. I'm not going to. I'm going to try to cherish as much of this as I possibly can. So I'm going to put it back up on the shelf, and we will get the Russell's 250 bottle.
the
Evan Williams,
I don't
dang
think
it.
you need anymore.
Babe, it's just not being on camera for very long, or doing the live streams. What do you? That was only my first drink. She's over there. Bush apple in it up. Oh, lemon lime water now, but she was Bush Light and apple in it up over there. That's actually a pretty good little stand for my bottle here. Once you go live, you gotta. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was trying to say earlier to her, and she just being all hateful to me. Not really. She's no, I haven't heard from Josh. I've seen some stuff he put on Facebook. If you're friends with him on Facebook, you know, I don't I don't know how much of that maybe he's talked about. I haven't seen him post anything on YouTube lately or anything like that, but his private Facebook page, he has commented some stuff or put some stuff on there that is kind of personal. So, but the last time I talked to him was about 6 months ago, right before Christmas. And I'm not a good public speaker anyway either, but I can doing the whole YouTube has made me a better public speaker. I had to do a little speech when I was up in Canada for that work thing, and I'd like to say the YouTube helped, gives you a little bit more confidence getting up in front of people, which it's different. It's different than getting up in front of people, because here we can have an interaction and I can say something dumb and it's whatever. But when you're in a group of there's a pretty big group doing a speech about lean manufacturing, you're supposed to be kind of an expert at doing these. And I kind of stumbled a little bit, but it did help. Something dumb, yeah. You definitely do. You can say something dumb, and it's funny on YouTube because it's just people that like everybody in here. Well, with the exception of Joe, like Joe Unfiltered. I haven't been on his lives, and he hasn't been on one of my lives or anything, so I don't know him. Kind of like Eddie. I know you. Yeah, I say dumb stuff all the time. And that's what men do, is we say ignorant shit all the time, and it's not that bad. But when it's in a professional environment, that's when it can be kind of bad. That's yeah. I'd like to do. That's one of the reasons why. Like the whole bourbon thing, the environment of the guys that do bourbon, at least the ones that I've met around here, we all have very similar style jobs, or have had similar style jobs at one point or other in their life, and all get along really, really well. So that's kind of one of the cool things about the whole bourbon thing, is there's a lot of the social connection is a whole lot easier, because not only are you there for something, you a lot of the times have the same other I don't know the best way to say it. Yeah. And then a lot of the guys that you run into, like one of the bourbon events that I went to last November-ish. Like the bottle sharing and stuff that they had going on there. Like, it was freezing ass cold. And you're all sitting outside, and one guy has a little buddy heater, and he cranks that thing on, and then everybody builds a tent with the blankets that we had kind of around us. So it just starts getting nice and warm in there. And guy brought a bottle of Penelope Valencia, and just cracked it open, and we finished off that bottle of that, and went inside and bought the stuff that we wanted. We left there. We all ended up at the same other liquor store, and I'm carrying out, a bottle of Stag, and they're just looking at me like, "Where the hell did you get that from? I didn't see that in there." It's like, "Well, the lady knows me. She's really, really good friend." And they're like, "What did you have to give for it?" And I was like, $81. And they're like, "Cool. The next time there's some Stag, will you buy it for me?" I was like, "Well, yeah, if when they get some more of it." So that's pretty cool. And like my bottle of Eagle Rare 12, a friend of one of the bourbon guys that I met, he was up in Colorado. He messaged me and he's like, "Hey man, they have Eagle Rare 12 here. Do you want me to grab you a bottle?" And I was like, "Shoot, yeah." So I ended up with that bottle right there. Yeah, the second one over. That one's the 12-year. I don't know if I like it more than the 10-year, to be quite honest with you. Personal opinion. I think I wish they would have stepped it up like they did the Blantons. Your 10-year maybe would have been the 90 proof, and maybe you would have went to like a 93 or 95 proof, and just stepped it up like they do the Blanton's Gold and single barrel blends. I wish they would have done that with Eagle Rare. I think you would have got a better flavor profile out of it. My opinion. Not that it really matters. Opinions are like, everybody has one. So that to me is very reminiscent to a Jim Beam product, even though I know it's a Heaven Hill. I do like. Huh? Oh, are they? So I'm probably going to have to end the live fairly quick. But to me, what I was saying is this is very reminiscent of a Jim Beam product. I do like Jim Beam products, even though I know that Evan Williams is a Heaven Hill product at the 117 proof. It's very good. I have another bottle right over here that is unopened. I bought this one, and then I went back in a couple weeks later, and they had some more of it out, and I grabbed another one. Especially for 30 whatever bucks it was. I don't think you could go wrong with the Evan Williams 250 bottle. If you can find it, it is very good. I'm going to mute myself for just 1 second. Yeah, so the Evan Williams is phenomenal. I really liked this one. If it would have been a higher proof point, it was great. This was a good mixer. My dogs are going to start barking because my girls just got home. But great mixer. But this is a really, I think it can compete with just about. It can compete with just about anything up there. Just depends on your flavor profile. Like if you like Buffalo Trace products, that sweeter profile, Wild Turkey products. If you like more of that fruit forward flavor profile, I would go there. Nuttier profile, as my wife says, Jim Beam and Evan Williams. I do like the. It's definitely. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to say nuttier. I'm going to say oakier profile than. Well, not all of your Buffalo Trace products are oaky, but a lot of them are. Well, I guess I may try to shoot for next Sunday, the same time, 5 o'clock, maybe. We'll see how it goes, and we'll try to do another live. Maybe we'll break out something. We'll definitely break out something different. We won't try to do the same bottles again. Maybe we will do something different. I don't know yet. We'll find something else. We'll throw up here, and we'll try to do some tasting that way. Hopefully, we start getting more people coming back. I used to get quite a few people in the live in the chats going, but this one was just a random one popping up. So, with that being said, we'll catch everybody on the next one, and hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.